connect with old friends and make new friends. It's really helped, I think, rekindle some, maybe not lost friendships, but ones that, naturally kind of drifted apart, and now they're coming back together again. And I've really just enjoyed the sense of community that this project has created once more.
My favorite part is working with friends and accomplishing something together.
This sense of like family that we have
We
created.
are family!
And just the opportunity to use creativity and all the encouragement that I receive from everyone. And I just love this group and this team and what we have created here.
Man, it really just the process, like everything from creating it to working with this specific group of people to getting closer to the end and working on the nitty-gritty part of it. It's just essentially the journey, the process. My favorite part's been every part about it.
My favorite part about putting together this project is getting to just work with everybody and grow in friendships, and just getting to work with a bunch of creative and inspiring people that just really motivated each other and like pushed one another. It was just really awesome to be part of that community.
So my favorite part of putting this together was probably just like the friendships that were made and just the encouraging atmosphere. We all like struggled with just the physical part of this, and we were all just so encouraging to everybody.
The fact that through the weeks we have all become really close and kind of like a family, and also the fact that I think at least for me, like just growing and becoming a better dancer, even though to begin with I wasn't very good, but just to like see myself get better each week would have to be one of my favorites.
Definitely what challenged me the most was creating it. It was an idea, it was a vision, and creating the specific choreography throughout it is something that is beyond anything that I have done to this point. So it was a challenge just creating it. And then you can ask them, like it was all stuff that I recorded, but I couldn't do it myself. So I had to teach myself and learn it as everyone else was learning it. And there were times I was just laying on the floor like, what do I do now? Because like I can't come up with any more ideas. And it was just definitely something I had to challenge myself towards putting these pieces together.
It would have to be the dancing because I'm not very graceful and I'm not very good with dancing, but just to like be able to remember the steps and to practice every week, and like I've become a better dancer, and that's just really, it's very challenging, it still is, but it's cool to see me grow.
What challenged me the most with this project was the physical end of things. I have never been pushed this much to do so much physical movement, just dancing, learning so much like hand-foot coordination. It's a struggle, but I've really felt that it's pushed me, and we have persevered so much, and I really have enjoyed the challenge.
The biggest challenge was jumping in last minute, trying to speed learn everything to catch up to where everybody else was, and trying to do that along with work and life.
Definitely the physical, considering I've never done anything like this before, but also just mentally and in my faith, it's pushed me thinking through the lyrics and really not saying like, oh, I can't do this, because I know that like after I've worked on it and put patience into it, I can do things through learning this whole project, and God's really been using that just in my everyday life, and it's been really pushing my faith.
One of the jumps that I had to do like right after the bridge, like I've been practicing it for about 3 months now, and I still don't like have it down.
Definitely the physical aspect of things, because there are some things that I didn't think that I could do, I didn't think that I would be able to do, but then to look back and see how far I have come personally, and to see that I did do it in the end. And then spiritually as well, just because God has really used this song in my life. Just listening to the lyrics and really what the lyrics mean of just stepping out and trusting and having faith and trusting God even when it's scary or you don't know what's going to happen. And there have been so many instances that God God has used this in my life, and times where Danny and I will be talking and use these lyrics to encourage each other.
Probably when Anna and I collided after our jumpies, and then it threw us off for the rest of the song. But yeah, we still pulled it together good.
My funniest moment is when Garrett was trying to do a spinny kick and he had balloons tied to him.
Basically, anytime I showed them something and then they all just kind of been like, wait, what? Or when we'd finish practicing something and then we all fell down just exhausted. I don't know, it's through those like trials and struggles that I feel like we all kind of grew closer, and I personally found enjoyment out of them, so.
I have two. The first would be for Garrett's birthday, and he tied his balloons to himself and tried to spin with them, and it was really funny. And then another one that I remember is just right after it was the rehearsal, we were learning the ending and the last chorus, and we tried it with music for the first time, and I just kind of stood there with this look on my face, and Tori ran over and gave me a hug and said it was okay to cry.
I would say whenever Garrett does any kind of moves and we all just stare at each other and we all know that we're thinking are you kidding me with this? This is what you want us to do? And then we all just start laughing.
There's been many times I've just been laughing through rehearsal, but probably just because I keep messing up. But there's been many times where Danny and I, we get to our partner sequence and we just look into each other's eyes and feel each other's pain, and we'll just start laughing, because if we weren't laughing, we'd probably be crying over the whole thing.
The funniest moments from all of our rehearsals would have to be me and Anna both bailed one of the final pieces when we were practicing through it, and we're just like, nope, getting out of here, and just walking right away when everyone else was still keep on trying.
What are you most excited about completing this project?
I'm most excited, obviously, for just seeing how it looks when it's all together, all of the pieces in place, but more than anything, I'm really excited to see everyone, how they look in the videos compared to the way that they started. I want them to look back and be like, oh, I made so much progress as an individual, not compared to anyone else, but compared to themselves, and how great they do with this. I want them to be able to look at the video and see how proud they are of the work that they've done and the dedication that they put in towards this project.